Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the action. This is the Betway Premier League Darts, brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation, live on Sky Sports, and coming to you from the great city of Belfast. Time to welcome back the players. Ladies and gentlemen, the former Premier League champion and the five-time champion of the world, Raymond and Barneveld. World Grand Prix champion from Scotland, the Thorn, Thornton!
Barney against Thornton to round off a memorable night here in Belfast. How will Barney, Waymar, react to defeat to Taylor early in the night?
Well, I'm hoping he's fine. He played well enough. He pulled himself out of a hole, didn't quite get all the way out of it, but the performance was good. Robert was, like I said earlier, he was sensational. But it's an important game. Look, they're bottom and second from bottom. And if Robert can beat Raymond, he'll send Raymond to the foot of the table. No one wants to be last. No one wants the Mardle Trophy, which is where I seem to finish every year. But no one wants to be bottom. Robert Thornton, at the moment, is playing better than Raymond, so he will fancy his chances.
It's been incredible, Thornton's improvement in form over the last few weeks.
His tenacity has been the key for it. He's believed in his own ability. He's refused to wilt, and he would just keep trying to the very, very end.
Over to Rod Harrington and Nigel Pearson.
Yeah, what a night it's been here in Belfast. These two ultimately face the disappointment of not making it through the playoffs at the O2, semi-finals and finals night on May the 19th. But pride to play for sure. And Robson is playing like a relaxed character with no pressure on his shoulders. Playing quite nicely against Peter Wright first up tonight. A 7-2 win and 105.6 average. Barney, of course, had that tense tussle with Phil Taylor, who probably feels he should have seen Barney off a little bit earlier than he did. Tough one to call this, Rod. Which way is he going to go?
Well, the way Robert Thornton played against Peter Wright, you'd thought that he will get the edge, but it's all about Barney in this first start and not getting down on himself, keeping upbeat, because he did have a late run against Taylor. And if Barney had taken the doubles out in that first leg against Phil, then it could have been a totally different game. But when you're chasing, it always becomes hard, especially on the double. And like Wayne said, you don't want to be at the bottom of the league. There's pride at stake.
Very much so. Barney on 7 points from 11. Both these players now on their second game of the night, and so scrappy from Thornton. Completely different to the first game of the night. Treble 20 would leave tops for Barney.
42.
Mind you, they have got something to follow after those last 2 games. He's only just joined us. You have missed
24.
a massive evening here in Belfast. Adrian Lewis with a 9-dart leg. And then Gary Anderson and Michael Van Gogh in 16 minutes, Nige. An incredible draw.
Yeah, everything went with the throw. Didn't look like being anything different. 16 minutes for 12 legs of Premier League darts. Tops for Barney. Tops he gets. Well, it was scrappy. But Barney comes through and takes the first leg with the throw. Now, Robert has to get his game together. That's more like it.
Yeah, I think he was so far behind in that first leg, he kind of just give it up a little bit, just relaxed. Some players, you know, when they're that far behind, they don't want to hit a 180 or a 140 because they feel it's wasted for the next leg. Wade was one like that.
123.
Barney, of course, went on a great run in the second half of the 2014-2015 Premier League campaign. He was champion in 2014. He beat Michael Van Gogh in 10-6 in the final. Went on a great run in the second half of last year. Barney did say ahead of tonight, probably needs to win every game to have any chance. Well, he's not done that. He's been missing doubles of late, of course. Barney won the earlier fixture in the Premier League between these two, 7-5 in Dublin.
16.
But it's scrappy from both. It's after the Lord Mayor's show, this one, Rod.
Yes, although the previous game, if they happen to beat that, well, then that would be incredible. But we know Barney's still got the game in him. I mean, the 6-all draw with Michael, he led Michael all the way, and he beat Michael up in the World Championships, so we know he's still got the game. Double top now for Thornton.
20.
Well, he wasn't doing that earlier either. He made it look easy earlier. Barney a mile behind, and looks as though he knows it as well.
58.
Double 10. Thought it was in, didn't he? There you go. What a piece!
Certainly nothing to write home about on averages at the moment, but every place is worth a few extra £1,000, so and you just don't want to come bottom. And Wayne nicknamed it the Model Trophy.
It's very honest away. But yeah, it's remarkable that it's, oh, this is nice from Barney. There you go. First one of the game for Raymond van Barneveld, 5 times world champion. This fella Robert Thornton, who was staring elimination in the face, but he played in Liverpool twice. You mentioned that draw with MVG, Rod, and that set him up for Judgment Night, and other results went his way. He survived. It looked a lost cause going into Liverpool, but he scraped through, and it was Dave Chisnell and Michael Smith who were eliminated with 3 points apiece. Double 16 for Barney, and double 16 he gets.
Well, the averages may not be much to write home about, but Barney's 2 out of 2 on the doubles. And out of the 2 nights, we had to be honest, you know, we thought that Robert would come out firing and Barney may be a little bit lethargic, because we know how Barney gets, you know, gets a little bit down on himself, but at the moment, it's Barney that's leading the way.
We move on to Bournemouth next week in the Premier League. Bournemouth International Centre. Look at this from Barney. He plays Adrian next week on the second game of the night, Barney against Lewis. And Robert Thornton will play Phil Taylor. MVG plays twice next week in Bournemouth. And Adrian Lewis has a busy night as well. He plays Barney and Michael. Brilliant! More like it from Raymond van Barneveld. He's on a finish, but Robert looking to put a bit of pressure on here.
Yeah, he kind of needed a maximum himself, did Thornton. Will he go 11 bullseye? He's got to, with Thornton on the 1-4-3.
96.
Just northeast of the bullseye. Oh, now treble 17 for Thornton. Oh, double 16.
Looked as though he'd done all the hard work, but when it comes to the finish, that's what counts. Now Barney, 9 for double 8. 2 darts at this now. Only needs one, and that's a break-up throw as well in Van Barneveld's favour. And Raymond van Barneveld leads 3 legs to 1 here now.
He's pushed his average up to just under the 95 now, Barney, from just over 80, so the last few legs he's well over 100 as Thornton hits his first maximum of his second game. We're talking about that earlier match with Van Gogh and Anderson, just over 16 minutes. It should take me that long to get to the stage, Nige.
91.
Barney looking to hold his throw here for a 4-1 lead.
83.
Terrific night here. Adrian Lewis hitting a 9-darter, the first one in the Premier League since 2012. And a 6-all draw between Michael Van Gogh and Gary Anderson that took 16 minutes.
58.
Awesome darts from the world's best players.
And do you know what, that 9-darter of Lewis, I know it sounds silly that he threw 9 perfect darts, but sometimes you get a dart in the corner or you get a deflection that puts him in. A.D. Lewis threw 9 absolutely 100% darts tonight. An incredible 9-darter. We've been waiting for it, and jackpot come up trumps.
I think week by week we've been saying we fancy a 9-darter tonight. It's never quite happened. We've had world record averages. Double 8 here for Robert Thornton would do nicely, and he gets it as well. He's broken back immediately. 3-2, Van Barneveld leads. But the Premier League has been brilliant in these 11 weeks. Michael hitting that 123.4 world record television average in Aberdeen, but the 9-darter was one which had eluded us all until tonight. But week after week we've been almost expecting it, Rod.
We have. I predicted it every week. And finally it's come up.
It's taken 11 weeks to get it right.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's about average. But we have to mention, I mean, Phil Taylor is now 4 points clear at the top of the league.
Brilliant.
I know he's played that one extra game, but it still puts him 2 points clear, as even if Van Gogh has a double header.
Well, he's got 1 foot in the playoffs. Without speaking too soon, the power has got 1 foot in the O2 Arena on May the 19th.
Do you know what, I liked Gary Anderson's interview as well. I'm coming for you, Michael. They're talking about you. That's what happens between top sportsmen in a sport.
Now, Thornton looking to set himself up. Gets in trouble with the last dart, and needed that as well.
Well, some tired darts being thrown by both players, but a chance here for Thornton to level it up. He's going to get another handful if this one doesn't go in. However, he finds the target with it.
Level at 3 apiece. You could tell Robert was determined there at the finish. World Grand Prix champion, of course. Said earlier tonight he hopes the pressure of 2 games in one night will bring the best out of him, and that certainly was the case in the first game of the night. Average is modest in this modern day game. Are we heading for a draw, I wonder?
16.
Well, at the moment, Nigel has got draw written all over it. When we see Barney's throw, it hasn't changed over all the years that we've known him. Big man,
91.
about 6'3". So he's coming from a lot more height, where Robert has to throw the dart a lot harder. He's throwing up at that treble 20, and it's certainly working. Now Barney can't afford a visit without a treble if he doesn't take it out. Oh, Michael Van Gogh missed it earlier on.
Well, both players realistically know that they're out of contention for the playoffs. But every position in the league table brings some reward.
And pride. Professional sportsman, you don't want to lose anything. Barney's going to get a dart at double 5 to hold on to the throw, and a chance here for Thornton. And it will be the third leg on the spin for the Scotsman.
Double 4.
68. Raymond, you require 5.
Now a chance for Raymond to hold his throw. Double 2 he needs for 4-3. Got to go double 1 now.
No score.
Here's a chance for Thornton for a break.
Oh, he had to lay that on the barrel, it would have kicked in. Well, a bit of a scrappy leg, Nige.
Very scrappy, and a scrappy game as well. And double 2 for Van Barneveld now. Gets it. It is very much, though, as I said a few moments ago, a case of after the Lord Mayor's show, after that wonderful, wonderful game between Michael and Gary, and the 9-darter for Adrian Lewis.
Well, you said it's got draw written over it, and it certainly looks like it.
100.
No player can get a grasp of the game, and you look at the averages, you feel that a player's only going to put a run of 2 or even 3 legs together, and he's got win written all over it for him.
100.
Well, it's not just this game, but these guys have got a few weeks to go yet. Bournemouth, Birmingham, Manchester and Rotterdam.
140.
So there's still a lot of darts to be played. Barney plays Peter Wright in Rotterdam on May the 12th, the first Premier League visit to the Netherlands. Raymond's home country, of course.
Well, half expected Robert Thornton to go for 25, then leave a 2-dart combination on the 96. Robert Barney's not really put a lot of pressure on.
58. Robert, you require 101.
So to level it up, treble 19, that leaves double 12. Double 12 it is. Missed handfuls of doubles in the previous leg, and cleanly kills the 101.
4 apiece. Heading for a draw, it seems.
57.
This final game of a wonderful night here in Belfast. Look at this from Robert. Slack last start.
100. 100.
Well, if you went on body language, Robert Thornton would win the game. You can never write this man out, because all of a sudden he can start finding the treble. And as I say that, thank you very much, Mr. Barneveld.
Finds it from nowhere. That said, it is his third 180. But it's not been a pretty game so far. Stayed up the ball beautifully though there, didn't he? Nice darts from Barney. He's left double 12. But again, it's only for a hold of throw, Rod.
Well, he's gone 180, 140. This could be 7 perfect darts. 7 perfect darts it is. Now, Barney, you can do that. Why can't you follow it up? Well, this looks like a poor start to the leg, so a chance for Barney.
Nice again. Barney's just stepping it up a little bit. If he can break Robert Thornton here, he will not be beaten.
100.
It's a nice steady turn though. Now, can Barney find the big score to put pressure on Robert? Another treble 20 would do nicely.
140.
So there is a little bit of pressure on Robert Thornton now.
100.
Yes, tons are not enough for Thornton, so it's in the hands of Barneveld to get at least the draw.
100.
You know, the previous leg and this leg, I mean, Barneveld has scored absolutely brilliantly, done absolutely nothing wrong.
139. Revenue about 126.
This would be something special, wouldn't it? Got the treble 19, another one would leave double 6. Needs a ball.
101. Revenue about 62.
Well, you've got to fancy Robert to take this out now. Tops he needs for 5 apiece.
26.
And Barney's going to be back.
Revenue about 25.
Just to break the throw and then step up to throw for the match. Double 8. Oh, now has that dart covered the double 8? No, that's the answer. Barneveld gets 1 point on the board at least, and now he steps up to throw for the match.
Yes, he will not be beaten, and this is a lovely start. He wants this job done, doesn't he? Oh, he wants this job done.
134.
Well, Barney's expression said it all with that 4th dart.
100.
However, a ton following a 180 on your throw will do every day of the week. How he's going to get probably 9 darts from 221 to register the first win of the evening. Lost to Phil Taylor early on.
130.
Well, Thornton beat Peter Wright in the very first game of the night here in Belfast. A memorable night in Belfast. Adrian Lewis with the 9-darter.
97. Revenue about 91.
This is for the match. Double 14, and Barney gets it. Well, it was a scrappy contest, but it's Raymond van Barneveld who wins the final game of the night here in Belfast. A 9-darter and a 16-minute match. A draw between MVG and Gary Anderson. Rounded off with a 7-4 win for Raymond van Barneveld.
Very much after the law.